Hello folks, I'm OdinSpack33, and welcome back to my Let's Play of The Messenger. Last time, we started with the Forlorn Temple, didn't spend really any time there. The actual level was the Catacombs, and we fought Ruxton, and now we're in Bamboo Creek, which is the next level of the game. And, I mean, does it really need to be said? This music in this game is just like absolute, you know, banger after banger. It also feels really weird to be playing this right now because I recorded the first two episodes pretty much back to back, and then this one is being recorded really not long before it's being uploaded. If you're watching this like as like live, well, it wasn't recorded too long before that. So I hope you guys have been having a good time watching The Messenger. I hope you've been enjoying the dialogue with the Shopkeeper. That's going to continue, starting with today. We got more Shopkeeper right here. Now, I don't think there's any more upgrades we can get right now. Looks like 200 is going to be our next one, so we'll hold off. But we're going to chat up current area. Bamboo Creek, that must be a sight for sore eyes after your trek in the Catacombs. Sure is. Do make the best of it. This place is as close to a day off as you'll get on this adventure. I'll try, I just didn't know something so cheerful existed. Hey, I guess it says more about your mindset than about the world. Alright, about time shards. What are these crystals I'm collecting? So you're a touch the identified magic object first and ask questions later kind of guy? They're time shards. I can use them to augment your abilities. How does it work? Exactly the way we've been doing it so far. You select what you want and give me the required amount of shards so I can do my thing. I meant the spell itself. It's complicated, but I'm curious, and I'm busy. Any stories to share? Do you have any stories to share? Of course I do, but now's not the time. Why not? You're in Bamboo Creek. This is as sunny as it gets in this here cursed world. So I just suggest you take the opportunity to play outside. Bye now. Look at that. We barely have to spend any time talking here. Now, this would probably be a good opportunity to drop. There is some super long dialogue. I don't think I've just talked about that yet. I think in my failed recording of this, I mentioned that. But I am going to hold off on that right now because I am just not in the mindset for that dialogue. There is definitely some missable dialogue in the Shopkeeper's shop there. Shopkeeper's shop. What is it? I could have just said the shop, you know. But I'm going to hold off for now. Man, the song is so good. I can say that about like every song in this game. It's just like so good. I mean, honestly, they are. So the mechanic of this level, you know, so we have these little wheels we've been hitting, basically little timed gates. So those are kind of all over the place, and basically we just got to hit that and kind of race against time to get ahead of it. And we got some falling things here. We got Medusa heads. Yep, they're here. And now we got this mechanic here with these rising wheels, which is really cool with the cloud stepping. We can use that to kind of attack our way up. Man, the cloud step technique is just such a cool thing, and apparently there's just nothing up there. It looks like it easily could have been, but the game decided, nah, I'm not going to actually put anything there. But yeah, if you haven't played The Messenger and you're still watching this, you should absolutely give it a shot. Look at this guy. Man, he's a rough customer, isn't he? He's putting up a fight here. Man, I can't get him. Too fast. He still wants a piece. All right, he's gone now. Man, he was going in. But yeah, if you have not checked out The Messenger and you're watching this, you're 3 parts in. You owe yourself to give it a shot. It's a great retro-inspired platformer. And over here we got a little secret area with another time cache. Like I said, I've been calling it that. I don't know if that's the right thing we're gonna call it. And we do have a little area over here that we can't really do anything right now. So we're gonna leave that alone and work our way back. But yeah, that was just a little secret area for now. And I know I mentioned that in part 1. I'm like, hey, what's up with these areas that don't really mean anything right now? Well, that'll come into effect later, so it's best not to worry about it and just kind of move on. Well, we are sitting at 200 time shards here, so why don't we go in here and quickly pick up this next upgrade, which is the Serendipitous Mines. So similar to this one, where enemies will sometimes drop health Enemies will now sometimes drop a key charge too, so that's useful. And we need that to be able to get the next shuriken upgrade, which is a pretty good one. So, and that's actually the next upgrade amount too, which is 250. So once we get that, we can power up our shurikens a little bit. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's move forward here. Can I get you before you? No, there's a wall there. I guess I can't really do anything about this wall. Oh man, I do not like standing around in this game. So I gotta be honest, that was not a ideal situation there, just kind of waiting around. But yeah, like I said, this game just kind of rewards just really fun and fast-paced gameplay, and I always like just kind of keep moving forward and forward as I play this. Like I said, I'm no speedrunner, but it feels good to go fast in this game, absolutely. And if like I said, I've been saying this, if you hesitate in your movements, that's what's gonna do you in more than just trying to carefully make a jump. It's way better just to kind of go for it. There's not really too much reason not to go for something. You could actually get up here without, I think, even using this lift here. You can get up here really fast with cloud stepping, like so. Yeah, I think we could have avoided a lot of that stuff, honestly. Right here, we can get over here without using cloud stepping. There's some lanterns and stuff over there, but nothing that we absolutely need to get. So we kind of skip all that stuff. Like I said, not speedrunning, but we're going as fast as we can. Oh my goodness, I just jumped into spikes and we died. Oh no! Oh, a new customer. Who's this? You might have seen him on the loading screen here. What happened? I almost died just there. Strictly speaking, you did. Huh? But how? My name's Quarble. Quarble? At your service, I'm the one you never would have met had you had any skills. The gist of it is, I have a magic ring that allows me to control space and time. So whenever you're about to die, I will appear to stop everything and teleport you back to the latest checkpoint. Okay, what's the catch? Well, for one, you will still feel agonizing pain every single time. Also, I'm keeping track of your debt in my little notepad, so I'll stick around to steal your loot until either we're even or I'm bored. I mean, I can let you die if you prefer. It seems we have a deal. Glad we can see eye to eyes. Eye to eyes. Carry on, then. Well, so now Quarble, every time we die, Quarble shows up, and they're gonna steal some time shards from us until either you just wait around, I believe, or just after they get a certain amount. Now, I feel really dumb that I just died just there, because honestly, I wasn't paying attention to my health at all. But yeah, that's Quarble. That's their thing. Is there anything up here? No. And I was really hoping I was gonna get a lot further than this without having my first death, but it was only a matter of time. I kept talking about like, oh, you should just go for jumps, and you know, don't worry, there's really no repercussions. But I mean, there is. It's horrible, but it's not a huge deal. You basically like lose money. Anyways, a little secret over here. We got another power seal, so we're gonna try and get that. Without, I mean, honestly, this is definitely a prime location to die. So, you know, if I didn't die already, you know, it could happen here by either getting crushed by these spikes or by these gates if I'm not quick enough. But I feel like I've done that like way more complicated before. That was actually a way easier way than what I've done before. And anyway, this opens up, and this is actually the way to go. Is right here. Here's another instance where we can, if we're good with cloud stepping, we can kind of get across here without needing the mechanic of this, which is that lift. There's a lift down there. Let's see, we can just kind of completely avoid all of that right there. So that's a huge section there, and then we go down here. There's another time cache. I don't think I've really mentioned this yet. Like, how did I know that wasn't a pit for other reasons? When there's a pit, I guess this isn't a good spot to show this, but there'll be like kind of a black shadow almost on the bottom with like dots. I'll point it out next time we see it, but that's how you know that there's no pit down there. Need anything? Well, we can actually get a new upgrade now, which is Devil's Due. Since I've died, there's actually an upgrade for Quarble. So we can reduce Quarble's fine by 50% if we get this, but I can't afford it, so. Interesting, we have to buy to avoid having to pay later. I'm sure it's worth it if you get it early enough. Alright, level boss. So I guess the boss is up next. A boss in Bamboo Creek? That's a good one. Well, with the layout, you know, perfectly centered gates, symmetrical lanterns, no scrolling, I just thought, look, you're perfectly free to hallucinate patterns and try to make sense of them, but I believe I told you this place was like your day off. So? Well, would you fight a boss on your day off? Exactly. Alright, well, I guess there's no boss here, so we can move on, no big deal. I guess that's it for Bamboo Creek, and look at this, we're gonna get a bunch of time shards falling down. How fun is that? Now the real question is the shopkeeper lying, or do we, you know, do we actually have a boss? I mean, it's definitely setting up for a boss, right? We even have this, like, arena here, too. That could easily house a boss, but it's not. No, that's it. And here we go, we got the Howling Grotto, which I could stop, but, you know, we're not that far into the video. I'm gonna give it a little bit. Bamboo Creek went pretty fast, so we're gonna keep going. Except that I can't quite make that jump, so we got another visit to the shopkeeper. Right, just like that. I fell in a pit, that you did. That gap is way too wide, there's no way I can make the jump. This reminds me of a story. A long time ago, warriors of the Squirrel Clan invented a way to soar through the skies. Touching on a freedom humans could seldom dream of, some would mistake them for gods. Incredible. Yeah, whatever, here's a wingsuit. You got the wingsuit. Press and hold A while airborne to glide. Deploy over geysers to fly upwards. Alright, let's chat. Wingsuit. Thanks for the wingsuit, you bet. Don't forget to try it out by pressing and holding A while airborne. Why was it free and not the other upgrades? Because it was mandatory to progression. You can't save the world if you're stuck in a pit. There'll be more freebies in the future? There's only one way to find out now, isn't there? What do you mean? You should carry on with your quest while letting your heart know for sure that this here cursed world and its inhabitants have a lot of surprises left in store for you. Alright, welcome to the Howling Grotto. Do people live here? Some cave-dwelling creatures used to a long time ago. They built structures from the streams of emerald running through the rock and believed the wind was the breath of a god. Anything I should know? Not really, other than it's gliding time. Well, that wingsuit I gave you? Yeah? Well, sorry, I don't have enough contextual data. I'm going to say something that would make sense regardless of whether you had already used the wingsuit to ride the wind tunnels. You're being awkward now. What's wrong with you? I gave you something that virtually lets you fly and you'd rather stay here and chat? Any stories to share? Do you have any stories to share? Of course, here's one for you. There once was a king who had a pretty rough time managing his emotions. Experiencing nothing but extremes, he would always feel either too excited or depressed, which caused him to never get anything done. Just as he was about to lose all hope of getting his life together and be a viable ruler for his people, he was visited by a traveling relic hunter. To rid the king of his woes, the relic hunter gave him a magic ring, promising it would make him sad when he is happy and happy when he is sad. It worked like a literal charm, and the kingdom became very prosperous as a result. When the king passed away, the castle's wizard promptly grabbed the ring to finally try and understand the source of its power. As it turned out, the ring wasn't magic at all, but how could a non-magic ring make you sad when you are happy and happy when you are sad? Any guess? Not really. It had a small inscription that read, "This too shall pass." Whoa, that's deep. It's more than deep, I just gave you the cure for anxiety through a fairy tale. Thanks, shopkeeper. Hey now, don't push it. Alright. And so now with this, we can actually get an upgrade for the wingsuit before we even have it. We might as well get it now because we can afford it, which is the Aerobatics Warrior. It allows us to attack with the wingsuit. So, look, we're going to immediately get that, and we're going to upgrade the wingsuit before we even use it. I gotta be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the wingsuit. It's probably my least favorite upgrade in the game. Now when we jump, if we press jump again, we kind of like glide like this. And I don't know, it just kind of makes things awkward. I feel like this game would have been fine without it, especially with the cloud stepping mechanic. Like, you already have a double jump. And that's what it really messes with for me, is the cloud stepping mechanic. But you know what? Whatever, we have it now. Now we can also attack downwards with it, which admittedly is pretty cool. So now we have a way to attack down, which, you know, we maybe have already seen something we could have done, maybe back in part 1. And we can also ride these geysers with the wingsuit, and you better believe we're going to be doing that a whole lot in this game. I mean, look, it's only part 3, all right, and we got the wingsuit already, so it truly is gliding time. But yeah, I definitely prefer the cloud stepping way more to this, but I mean, this is what we have, right? And we also have a secret over here, so might as well grab this. Immediately putting our wingsuit to use. I skipped pretty much that entirety of that puzzle, I guess. I don't know if that was how they intended us to get over here, but I got over, no big deal. And like I said, everything in that room, you know, hits us for 3 damage. That's definitely a prime, like, if you're not careful, you could die pretty quick in that room. But you could also just, you know, probably just tank a hit, and you'd be fine. I don't really know why I took out, like, all those enemies. Just kind of wanted to. But yeah, you know, I kind of would rather just use the cloud stepping attack rather than using the Aerobatics Warrior one, but we do need something that allows us to attack down. There's an instance of me screwing up and taking damage right there. Like I said, it's just, this power-up is just really awkward to use. Yeah, we've got these boulder guys now, which are really cool. They look like they're jamming out to the music, which, you know what? I really don't blame them, you know? There's some really funny enemies. Look at him go! He's like, yeah, this music rocks. He's like, yeah, I'm pretty cool, aren't I? And you know what? I don't blame him. And we got more of these wizard guys, which we're gonna promptly ignore. And oh, here's this pit thing I was noticing before. So look at down here. You see how there's like kind of a dark shadow with dots? Like that's an actual pit. So if you don't see that, then it's not a pit and there's something to go down. But yeah, when you see like those kind of like dots like right over the pit there, that's how you know it's a pit. And I think honestly that's kind of a cool way of showing you. It's kind of a little bit of environmental hinting, because you'll probably notice that while you play naturally. And I think that's the whole point of that, is like you know, the game doesn't tell you that, oh, that's how pits work, but I think your mind will kind of realize, like, oh, that's a pit. So, I mean, I think that makes sense. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I think that makes sense to me. We might also do something kind of, a little crazy in this video, which I think is end it not at the end of a level. But, you know, there's checkpoints in this game, so, you know, if there was ever a time to, you know, to end it, it would make sense to actually do it at a checkpoint. We don't necessarily have to have every video be one level. I mean, it could have been. I could have ended at the 12-minute marker, but, you know, like I said, most of these videos have been a little longer than that, so I didn't want it to end so soon. I mean, that was a fun level, don't get me wrong, the Bamboo Creek, but I think we're gonna end it right here at this shopkeep because, like I said, it kind of just makes some sense to me. I don't think there's any upgrades or anything, so. Now, I could end it with the story here, but I think we're gonna save that for next time. That might be the start of the next video where we're gonna do that. We're gonna do the long story. But I want to say thank you so much for watching this episode of The Messenger of this part. I've been OdinSpack 33, and I'll see you next time where we'll finish up the Howling Grotto. So until then, take care, and goodbye.